Yo guys, today we're going to be looking at the 15 most expensive items in the marketplace. And before we get into our list, be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new here, and give me a little follow on Twitch, because I stream quite a lot over there. Now, for the list. Number 15.
Burger King foot lettuce.
Number 15 is black ice, and you wouldn't think it, because obviously black ice you get a lot in alpha packs, and it seems kind of common these days. But for the main guns like MP7, MP5 and Ash R4C, you can see how in demand these black ices really are. It really shows in their value. Now, the prices are always changing, but I've noticed with these guns alone, they've always sort of stayed around this sort of mark. I mean, Ash R4C has even gone up to like 2,900 credits at one point. And yeah, the MP5 sort of hovering around 1,600. It's insane. Keep in mind, with any of the items that I list in this video, the prices do change, but usually sort of stay around this mark. And also keep in mind that not all the black ices are as valuable as the ones I've said. Obviously, if we look at these ones, like the pistols and whatnot, they're not as good. Now, moving on to number 14 of our list, I have attachment skins. Now, same sort of thing with black ice. I've bundled them all into one because there's quite a few of them on the marketplace. Some of them not as good as others, but generally they actually are quite expensive. Search and Rescue at 900, Plasma Pink at 1,000, Chroma Streaks sort of 3,000, and this one, Crepuscular. I ain't got a clue.
Crepuscular.
But that is valuing at 9,000. I tried to actually look at what this looks like because I've never seen this before. And all I could find was this image. It appears to be just like a dark blue attachment skin. It's kind of clean. But for 9,000, don't know about that. Moving on to number 13. Now for number 13, I've got the Pro League skins, the black and white versions. You've probably seen these before. They're the most recent sort of Pro League designs, and they look clean, to say it simply. Nothing too extreme here, nothing worth 9,000 credits or anything, just sort of hovering around sort of 600, 700. I'm also including the weapon skins in this as well, bundling it all together, because it's all kind of the same design. I would recommend picking some of these up because they are very clean. Moving on to number 12 on our list, which is the Pro League team skins. Now, all of these are kind of teams from 2018, 2019. Some of them don't actually exist anymore or don't compete in Rainbow Six Siege. Teams like Penta don't actually compete anymore, Evil Geniuses. These items are listed on the marketplace and hold a pretty big value to them as well. Just look at Twitch's F2 going for 1,400 credits, or Ash's uniform for 1,400 credits again. There are other teams as well on the marketplace like Cloud9, FaZe, Vitality, and also just a little side note that not everything on the marketplace is permanent. I've seen some items get removed already, so keep that in mind. Number 11. Chibis, Outbreak Edition. Now, when I say Chibis, I don't mean your regular operator Chibis, I mean the Outbreak Chibis that you got during the first Outbreak event. Now, these Chibis look sick. I came across them when I was just browsing the marketplace. I saw some cheap ones, and then when I looked more into it, there was actually some really expensive ones, which surprised me, but they do look sick. They kind of look like a champ charm, I'm not gonna lie. If you're not good enough to be champ and you just want to sort of pose in the kill cams, get one of these charms, and then you can just pretend you're champ. So yeah, the cheap ones are going around 200. I've seen them at 120 at some points, and the more expensive ones are hovering around 1,000 credits. Even this one's hovering around 1,600. Moving on to number 10, which is the Darkened set. This item's a little bit more controversial than most, because originally the only way to get this bundle was to spend $120 on a jacket from the Darkened store. But then after a while, the bundle just came out in store. You didn't have to buy any jacket anywhere else, and the bundle only cost $15. Eventually, it did get removed from all the backlash, so officially you can't buy this bundle in-game anymore, only on the marketplace. Now moving on to number 9, we have old Pro League charms, and these charms are from teams that just don't exist anymore. You may have not heard of any of them. We've got BRK Esports at 2,200 credits, ENTS at 2,400, Excellence Gaming at 3,200, Flipside at 4,000 credits, Millennium at 5,800 credits, and Onslaught at 5,000 credits as well. There may be more team charms that I missed, but these are the only ones that I found. And with that, we're going to move on to number 8, which is Crossfader. Now, not so much of a bundle, it's just this one skin. It's worth a lot on the marketplace. At the time of recording, it is worth 6,000, but I have seen it go up to 8,000 as well. And this skin came out as a year 2 seasonal skin, along with a couple of others during year 2, which we'll get into soon. Little personal opinion here, I didn't like the look of this skin to begin with, but it's actually kind of grown on me a bit. I've seen it in game a few times now, and it looks kind of clean, but I don't think I'll be spending 8,000 credits on it, even if it is universal. Now, number 7 on our list, I'm going to butcher this so hard, It's called the Leon Furioso. And like I mentioned earlier, this is actually also one of the year 2 seasonal skins as well. So again, it is universal, but this time it's valued a little bit higher than the Crossfader, currently above 8,000 credits. There's 2 more seasonal skins from year 2. One is called the El Dorado, which I didn't think I'd put on this list because it's not worth as much, hovering around 800 credits. And also the Red Bull skin as well. I don't think that's its exact name, but that isn't on the marketplace. So we move on to number 6, which is the Invitational items for 2019. This brought on the Signature 6 2019 seasonal skin, which is currently valued at like 2,000 credits. You've got Ash's Field Prep uniform, kind of saucy, and the attendee charm, which you get for attending the event in person, obviously. So we move on to number 5. We move on to number 5, which is the Siege Pro League charm. Now, this charm has got a simple design to it. I think it looks very clean, but it is valued at 13,000 credits. I'm not too sure how players got this charm. If anyone knows, put it in the comments down below. And now we move on to number 4, which is Gold Dust. Now, this is the most expensive thing on our list so far, with the lowest thing costing 3,000, that's for a shotgun, and Ash's R4C valuing at 29,000 credits. I'm also including the headgears that came along with Gold Dust. They were included in like a sort of bundle, a Pro League set bundle, back in year 1, season 3 and 4, much like the black and white Pro League designs we get these days, but back then it was a bit more unique with the gold and black. The headgears are actually going for like 3,000, 2,000 credits, quite a fair bit. Anyway, we move on to number 3 on our list, and I will admit these items actually aren't on the marketplace, but I thought I'd include them anyway because they are expensive. These are the welcome bundles that Ubisoft releases every now and then. I'll put a few up on screen just to give you examples, but these cost around $50 whenever they come out, literally the price of a game pretty much. And it gives you credits, a weapon skin, and I believe an attachment skin. Sorry, I lied. I just remembered some of them actually are on the marketplace. I picked one up myself, and it was called the Watercolor Splash bundle. Really nice looking weapon skin and attachment skin. But as for the rest, I'm not too sure. Let me know in the comments if they are, because I couldn't find any. Anyway, we move on to number 2 on our list, which is the board game items. Little backstory of this one. Rainbow revealed that they were making a board game. Not Rainbow themselves, but Mythic Games, a board game manufacturer, producer, whatever. Now, there was a Kickstarter for this, so people could pledge money towards the project and help it become what it's meant to be. Unfortunately, after a while, there was just no communication from Mythic Games, and everyone was wondering what is going on with the board game. Where is it? Especially for those who put money towards it, rightfully so. So eventually people started speculating that they got scammed, basically. And I myself just assumed it was cancelled because I heard nothing of it. But it wasn't until recently that I saw Kudos actually get one delivered to him because he pledged money towards the project. Back to the main point of the video. Those who put money towards the project got in-game items. And these items were the rarest. As you'd imagine, not everyone's putting money towards this project. So when they came to the marketplace, they are one of the most expensive items on there. Starting with Habana's items, she has a mask called the Faceless one. It is worth 50,000 credits, which is insane. And she also has a uniform as well, worth 7,000 credits. I can't lie, these look very cool. We move on to Jaeger's set, which is called Death Sentence. Now his uniform is valued at 49,000 as well as his headgear. Not as much as a gap as Habana's set. Legion has his own set as well called Jiangxi. The headgear valuing at around 40,000 credits and the uniform valuing at 14,000. Ace has a set as well called Frozen Soldier. His headgear valuing at 22,000 and the uniform around 5,000. Not as much. Maestro's got a set as well called Dead Sheriff. When I came across this in the marketplace, I thought it was from that Outlaw event, remember that? But headgear is valuing at 10,000 and the uniform around 3,000. And that is all for the board game skins. If I missed any, let me know. But we move on to number 1 on our list, the most expensive item in the marketplace. And I'm sure you know what it is. Glacia. Glacia is the most expensive item and there's no competition. It's not one single item as well. There is quite a few versions for it for different guns. The lowest valuing thing is the pistol at around 5,500 credits. But obviously when we start looking towards the guns that are used most, like the MP7, that's valued at 42,000 and the R4C is valued at 70,000 credits. And that is all for the most expensive items in the marketplace as of right now. Things may change as things get removed and added to the marketplace, so we'll have to see as time goes on. I might do a video looking at the rarest items in Siege, and yes, that would be looking at items that aren't on the marketplace. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.